അപ്പോൾ ഇന്ന് നമ്മൾ നോക്കാൻ പോകുന്നത് സൺറൈസ് ഓൺ ദ ഹിൽസ് എന്ന് പറയുന്ന ചാപ്റ്ററിൻ്റെ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ ആൻസേഴ്സും ആക്ടിവിറ്റീസുമാണ്. നമുക്ക് ഫസ്റ്റ് ആക്ടിവിറ്റീസിലേക്ക് കിടക്കാം. ആക്ടിവിറ്റി 1 അതിനകത്ത് കുറച്ച് ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ തന്നിട്ടുണ്ട്. ആൻഡ് ആൻസർ നോക്കാം. ലുക്ക് അറ്റ് ദ എക്സ്പ്രഷൻ ഹെവൻസ് വൈഡ് ആർച്ച് ആൻഡ് റിട്ടേണിംഗ് മാർച്ച്. വാട്ട് ഡസ് ദ പോയറ്റ് ഡിസ്ക്രൈബ് ഹിയർ? വാട്ട് എൽസ് ഡസ് ഇറ്റ് റിമൈൻഡ് യു ഓഫ്? The poet describes here the sky and the return of the sun in the morning. It reminds me of a king returning after a long absence, or even my own returning to life in the morning after the night's sleep. At the second question, comment on the expression soft gales. This is the poetic way of describing the early morning breeze. Third question, what makes the glory of the clouds fade? The rising sun makes the glory of the clouds fade, the mist melts away, and the glory fades. What are the clouds compared to? They are compared to the army defeated in battle, ready to flee from the conqueror. What picture of the valley is unveiled? The valley is rich. The water that flows in the river gets darkened at times by the shade of the forest, but in the cascade it glistens. The bittern is flying upward spirally, making noise as the dawn is softly and smoothly turning into morning. Next question, how does the valley respond to the rising sun? The valley responds to the rising sun in a lively manner. The water in the river is dashing down and currents whir and flash. The trees of the forest are bending as if to touch the water and the silver sands of the beach of the lake. The valley is filled with echoing noise of the wild horn, the screeching owl. Thin smoke is rising from the huts of the valley dwellers through the thick-leaved branches as they are preparing their morning meals. What message does the poet convey? The poet says that if you are tired and are troubled with problems and sorrows that you want to forget, if you want, read a book that will prevent your heart from losing hope and wake your soul up with optimism, you should go to the forest and hills. The sweet looks that nature has it not dimmed by tears of any kind. Are all the three stanzas of equal length? Why do you think the last stanza is short when compared to the previous stanzas? No, the three stanzas are not of equal length. The first stanza has 18 lines, the second 12, and the third only 6. The last stanza is short when compared to the previous stanzas because in it poet is giving us a piece of advice. In other two stanzas he is describing the hill, the valley, the river, the lake, and the beautiful sights and sounds there. Naturally, they have to be longer. Description take many lines, but a piece of advice does not have to be so long. അടുത്ത ആക്ടിവിറ്റി സെക്കൻഡ് ആണ്. You may also listen to the recital of the poem. Now discuss and answer the following questions. Comment on the musical quality of the poem. The poem is highly musical. The rhyming couplets, arch march, gales wails, light height give a highly melodious quality to the poem. The poem has fine rhythm as the stressed and unstressed syllables alternate regularly. There is alliteration that adds to the musical quality. Examples of alliteration are blasted bare, faint and far, sudden, short, from fainting. There are also many instances of assonance which makes the poem sound sweet. The poem gives a smoothing effect as it sounds so soft and sweet to the ear. Identify the symbols used in the poem. There are many symbols in the poem. Examples are heaven's wide arch, returning march, soft gales kissing the sun's clad veils, hosts in battle overthrown, shattered lands, pain blast, bare and cleft, the veil of cloud, woods bending with silent reach. How does figurative language like the simile make the poem effective? Longfellow has used many figures of speech in his poem to make it effective. His figurative language includes simile, metaphor, personification, and onomatopoeia, among others. He speaks of the clouds losing their glory, like hosts in battle overthrown. This is a fine simile. There are excellent personification in the sun's returning march, and soft gales went forth to kiss the sun-clad vales. Metaphors can be seen in pinnacles thrusting up shattered denses and dark pine blasted bare and cleft. There is a superb onomatopoeia in the whir and flash of currents. ഇനി ആക്ടിവിറ്റി തേർഡ് എന്ന് പറയുന്ന ഒരു അപ്രിസിയേഷൻ, പോയതിൻ്റെ അപ്രിസിയേഷൻ സംബന്ധിച്ചാണ്. Does any image stand out as the most important? Why do you think so? The image of the current whirling and flashing stands out as the most important. I think so because it represents man's desire to explore and reach further and further. What is your overall assessment of the poem? I think the poem is superb and it depicts some of the most alluring sights, sounds, and movements of nature. Here Longfellow can stand comparison to William Wordsworth, the high priest of nature. അപ്പോൾ ഈ ഡീറ്റെയിൽസൊക്കെ വെച്ച് ഒരു അപ്രിസിയേഷൻ എഴുതാനാണ്. അപ്പോൾ അപ്രിസിയേഷൻ എന്തായാലും ഒരു ഇൻട്രൊഡക്ഷൻ വേണം, ഒരു ബ്രീഫായിട്ടൊരു സമ്മറി വേണം. ഫ്യൂച്ചേഴ്സായി, അതായത് ഇപ്പം നമ്മൾ ഫിഗർ ഓഫ് സ്പീച്ച് ഉപയോഗിക്കത്തില്ലേ, ഈ മെറ്റഫോർ, അലിട്രേഷൻ, അസോണൻസ്, അതൊക്കെ എന്തൊക്കെയാണ് യൂസ് ചെയ്തിട്ടുള്ളതെന്ന് വേണം. മെസ്സേജ്, ഈ പോയിന്റ് കൺവേ ചെയ്യുന്ന മെസ്സേജ് വേണം. അവസാനം ഒരു കൺക്ലൂഡിങ് കമൻസും വേണം. നമുക്ക് ആ അപ്രിസിയേഷനിലേക്ക് നോക്കാം. The poem Sunrise on the Hills by the American poet Henry Wadsworth Longfellow is a lyric that exalts the beauty of nature and how nature can soothe you when you are in trouble or difficulty. The poet stands upon the hills. When the sky is glorious with the rays of the rising sun, the forests are brightened, mild breezes are kissing the valleys brightened by the dawn. The clouds are under him, they are bathed in light. As the mist clears away in the rising sun, many peaks with their sharp spear-like projections appear. Soon he will see the rich valley, the river is flowing. As the dawn breaks into the morning, birds fly away chirping noisily. The poet hears the distant waters rush. He sees the current whirl and shines in the light. The lake is blue with a beach of silver sand, and near it the thick forest is bending as if to reach and kiss the lake. Over the valley, the gentle and melodious sound of the village bell is echoing on the hills. The thin smoke start coming out of the wooded valley through the thick-leaved branches from the huts of the people living in the valley. The poet says that if you are tired and are troubled with problems and sorrows that you want to forget, if you want to read a book that will prevent you hurt from losing hope and wake up your souls with optimism, you should go to the forest and the hills. The sweet look that nature has, it not dim my tears of any kind. The poet has used exquisite phrase to depict the sights, sounds, and movements of nature. He has used many figures of speech to drive his points home. The message is clear: go to the nature to forget your sorrows and troubles. A glorious sunrise can life even the gloomiest person with hope and optimism. The poem is full of vision, auditory and kinesthetic imagery. In this poem, Longfellow stands comparison to the greatest nature poet, William Wordsworth. Wordsworth is called the high priest of nature. The world today is full of problems, and one reason for them is our contempt and disregard for nature. We destroy the beauty of nature. Now we have concrete jungles instead of jungles full of trees, wild animals, and birds. Longfellow wants us to return to the nature and enjoy the super sights, melodious sounds, and exquisite moments. അപ്പോൾ ഇതാണ് അപ്രിസിയേഷൻ. ഇനി നമുക്ക് ഒരു ട്രാവലിനെ പറ്റി പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ട്. അപ്പോൾ അതിനെ ബേസ് ചെയ്ത് 2 ചോദ്യങ്ങളുണ്ട്. വാട്ട് ഡസ് ദ ട്രാവൽ എക്സ്പീരിയൻസ് ഓഫ് ദിസ് ടീച്ചർ ടെൽ അസ്? it tells us that he is a very adventurous person. He wants to have first-hand experience of everything, the weather, the smells, the sights, and the people of different countries. He wants to learn about different customs people have in the countries he visits. What do you think interests him more, where to travel or how to travel? I think where to travel interests him more, as one of his main motivation is to get first-hand knowledge of various countries and their customs. അപ്പോൾ ഇതാണ് നമ്മുടെ ചാപ്റ്റർ. താങ്ക് യു.